Hi, everyone in the higher health community. This is our meditation segment with Sandra Pribinac, registered psychotherapist, mindfulness-based meditation practitioner, yogi, and paddler, which we are excited to get out on the lake together. So today is week 2 of our Focused Sister Circle topic where we're centering in on brain health, stamina, energy, and mental clarity. And while this is part of the Focused Sister Circle, or the 10 women, we wanted to extend it out to everyone. So today, Sandra and I are going to speak about brain health and energy and how we can apply that to our mindfulness-based meditation practice, or a growing mindfulness-based practice, which is so important for everyone. And I think everybody is interested in this topic. So Sandra, tell us a little bit about how you would approach brain health and mental clarity and stamina and energy, and apply that to mindfulness-based meditation.
Sure. So hi, everybody. So what I kind of had in mind for us today is a guided visualization to help us lean back into and like really receive and kind of go into that place of restoring and integrating. I think in everyday life, oftentimes we just are in that go, go, go state of mind. And it's really important to find a way back into our rhythm. So oftentimes we can kind of fall out of sync with ourselves, with not enough sleep, eating maybe the foods that are not the most nutritious for us, not really fully taking care of ourselves, and so on. So that kind of like knowing your own rhythm is really important. And sometimes going back into it, the only thing it takes is actually just relaxing, sitting back and receiving in this present moment. So I've prepared a guided visualization for us today to explore that. So like every time until now, maybe this is becoming a little bit familiar to you, I'm going to ask you to simply sit in a way that your spine is upright. And that your feet are on the ground, or if you're sitting cross-legged, that's okay as well. And to just notice the steadiness of the ground beneath your feet, of the floor beneath your feet, which also symbolizes the steadiness of the earth way below us, holding us, and also the way that the chair or sofa or yoga mat, if you're sitting on the floor, supports you, the firm ground beneath your sit bones if you're sitting cross-legged. And then just kind of taking a moment to bring your gaze down, or if it feels safe and okay, to actually close your eyes and to become aware of your breath, something that we maybe don't pay a lot of attention to through the day. Just this continuous wave of inhales and exhales happening without you having to do anything, your body breathing you. You're already in the body that's breathing, and kind of giving permission that that breath continues to flow in whatever rhythm is the most nourishing for your body right now. Every inhale expanding, every exhale letting go. Noticing the places where the air enters your body and becomes your breath. Maybe as you inhale, you can feel it in your nose. Maybe you're going to feel it in your throat as it passes, relaxing the neck so that the air can flow freely. Feeling the gentle movement of rising and falling in your chest. Noticing if it's only in the top of the chest, or if perhaps you can give it permission to sink all the way into the center of your chest, rising and falling. And then if it's safe and okay, to soften your belly and to allow the breath to drop all the way into your belly, so that your belly can rise and fall. So that your entire body can kind of move with the movement of inhales and exhales. And then I'm gonna guide you through a brief scan through the body, specifically the front of the body, because the front of the body is this part of us that meets the world. And sometimes we need to protect it, or we perceive like we need to protect it, and we kind of rigidify or armor it up in some ways. So if it's okay in the next couple of moments, just to give yourself permission to begin to soften the front of the body. The way we do that, we start from the head, from the top going down, relaxing your forehead, relaxing the eyebrows and the space between your eyebrows, softening your eyes, softening your gaze, relaxing your face, your cheeks, your lips, the tongue inside of your mouth, relaxing the jaw, all the places that we sometimes hold the stress in. And imagining that with the next inhale, as the breath expands, that it can create a little bit more space in your head, in your mind, for any thoughts that might be there, giving them more space. And as you do that, bringing your awareness back into the rhythm of your breath, relaxing your neck, your throat, shoulders, chest, front and back between the shoulder blades, and in the front, the heart center below the sternum, under the sternum. And imagining that as the next inhale arrives and expands, that it can create a little bit more space in your heart center, in your chest, for any feelings that might be there. So that feelings don't need to be too crumpled up. They can take all the space that they need. And the breath will create this invisible structure on top of which the feelings can flow. So they don't need to overwhelm you. Coming back to your inhales and exhales, thoughts floating on the wave of your inhales and exhales, in the rhythm of your breath, feelings also being carried on the wave of your inhales and exhales. And then dropping below the diaphragm and going down into the belly, and imagining that all the important organs in your belly can also soften, that your kidneys can relax and soften, that your liver can soften, your spleen, your guts, your intestine, uterus, ovaries, anus, everything held between the hips. And imagining that the next time when you inhale, that the breath can drop all the way down into the belly and create a little bit more space for any kind of gut feelings or intuition or inner stories that might live in your belly. And also giving your intuition, your gut feelings, your inner stories permission to be carried on top of that wave of inhales and exhales. You don't need to be overwhelmed by it. So our thoughts, our feelings, our gut sense need something a little bit more solid than what they are. And breath is a really good structure that the thoughts can hang on to and then get carried away, so I can go back to myself and my breath. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. Just come back to this practice over and over again, coming back to your breath. And then dropping your attention all the way down into your feet. And imagining that you have roots, as if you were a tree, that can grow from your feet down into the earth, or as if you can have energy feet, identical to your physical ones, just made of energy, and that you can drop them and they can go below the floor or carpet and through the entire construction of your house and below the ground down into the earth, and really steady. And that movement needs no willpower, no energy from you. Just give the permission, your energy feet, your roots know exactly how to drop deep into the earth. So to really center and ground you. Deeply grounded in this way and held or resting in the rhythm of your inhales and exhales, your breath. I'm going to guide you into a visualization. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. You can imagine yourself doing it, or some people see themselves like from the outside in. Or if that's too complicated, just listen to my words and kind of stay open to the experience. I'd like you to imagine in your mind's eye, you'll see yourself on a path. It might be a path that you know, it's a familiar path, or a totally new imagined path. Notice the time of the day. Notice how the path looks like, if it's in the forest, or maybe it has pebbles, or it's concrete, and you see yourself walking down a path. Notice the colors, smells, sounds that's around you. And see your feet walking down the path. And somehow you know that that your feet will take you to a special place. A place that is safe. A place next to a body of water. It might be a path to a beach, or a path to the lake, or an ocean, or a river. And you see that body of water, ocean, lake, or river in the distance, and you know that the path is taking you there. So you take the path and you walk. And you arrive at the beach, and you look at the water. And that water is perfect temperature, it's just the right warmth. And for some reason, you feel pulled to walk in, and you do. So see yourself just walking into that river or lake or ocean, feeling the water around you, safe, protective, perfectly warm. You can swim or you can dive in. Give yourself permission to do whatever comes organically. And then find yourself or see yourself floating on top of that water. And the water can hold you. You don't need to really do physically anything to float. And it's warm and it carries you. And you give yourself permission to really lean into it. And then know that if there is any kind of pain, any kind of stiffness, any kind of hardship that is ready for you to let go, so you don't need to carry, you can literally let it go into the water. And you see pain or stiffness or anything that troubles you just seeping out of your body into the water, and the water will know what to do with it. It will just transform it into energy. And you feel yourself held, and you float on the top of that beautiful water, and you melt into it, almost as if every cell, every space between the cells, your mind, your heart, your body, can melt into it and feel held and cleansed and purified. This water is just perfect for you. Letting go of any difficulties, any thoughts, any hard feelings, anything that maybe overwhelmed you in the day so far or in your life. Letting it all go. And then comes a moment when you notice that you are done, and that this is a complete experience. And at that moment, you see yourself swimming back to the shore. And when the water is shallow enough, you can walk. And you see that right there on the beach, that there is new clothing waiting for you. Dry, beautiful new clothing. And you come to it and take your wet clothes off and you put your dry clothes on. Notice how they look like, how they feel like. Notice the color. And with this experience of floating in the water and letting go, perfectly intact in your memory, and with your new clothes on, you see yourself taking that same path that you did when you walked to the beach, and you start going away. You have one last look at the water, at the river or lake or the ocean, knowing that you can always go back to this place. Whenever you need a moment to just restore your energy and let go and feel held. When you walk the path, notice if the time of the day is different. Notice the colors, the smells. And then we're gonna count from 1 to 3 for every inhale and exhale. And when we count to 3, you're gonna find yourself back in the here and now. As you're walking, we count to 1, you inhale in your own rhythm, and you exhale, letting go of the experience. You count 2, you inhale, and you exhale. And as you count 3, you inhale, and as you exhale, you find yourself back in your space, back in the room, with a memory of this experience inside of you. And then take all the time that you need, as long as you need it, trusting your body. And then when you feel ready, gently opening your eyes, allowing the gaze to settle on the ground or your arms or legs, somewhere to orient you in the room before you fully come back up to the present moment and connect with me on the screen or others in the room. Thank you.